Hello, everybody, and good evening. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett, and you are watching another broadcast of Lyman basketball and Mountain View basketball. It's a twofer. Both teams going to face off each other for the third time this season. These girls' teams will meet. The second time these boys' teams will play one another on Mountain View's home court. For the first time in the boys, the second time the girls will meet on this court. It was a game, I believe it was the third game of the season in which Mountain View wound up the victor in that contest. It was a narrow defeat over Lyman on that opening weekend of the Bridger Valley Invitational, where the Mountain View Buffs won that one. And now just about ready to get set for the starting lineups live from Mountain View. Of course, the visitors, the Lyman Eagles, will have their names read off first as the fans rise to their feet. A lot of Lyman fans, a lot of Mountain View fans. No seats available in this entire gym tonight. Mandy Ayers is going to make the start. She'll run the point for this Lyman Eagle team. Spring Yagi, number 10, also going to be the starter. Cassidy Nelson's going to be big inside. She'll have the size advantage, the height advantage against most of these Mountain View Lady Buffs tonight. McKinley Bradshaw will look to be another huge factor. She was certainly a factor in their last contest at Lyman, in which McKinley Bradshaw just took over in that fourth quarter and won the game for the Lyman Eagles. And Olivia Smith, your starting five for the Lyman Eagles. And now the Mountain View Buffs starting lineup in the battle for the Bridger Valley. I believe they're still going to start Haley Stevens. We'll have to check on that. I talked to Coach, and that's what she had told me. And sure enough, as I say that, Haley Stevens is announced. So Haley Stevens, the first of the starters to be announced, the lone non-senior that will be starting for this team. Allie Bugis, the first of the majority senior lineup for this Mountain View Lady Buff team. Charity Harmon, number 4. Harmon's been on and off sick the last couple weeks. She looks to be back near 100% tonight and guide her team to another victory. Haley Herford, the first of the Herford twins. And then, of course, you can't have Haley Herford without having Lindy Herford, and vice versa, is Lindy Herford the final of the starting five. So those are your starting fives for both teams live on mylocalradio.com. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening. A marquee matchup between two of the best teams in the entire 3A classification, let alone all of girls basketball in the entire state of Wyoming. Both teams figure to be a prominent figure at state. They'll have to get through regionals next week. We will have those regionals live on mylocalradio.com, live from Worland, starting on Thursday. Obviously, the times are to be announced, but should be figured out after this game is over, and we know the number 1 seed from the 3A Southwest Division. Lyman wins the tip and will start going left to right, wearing their blue uniforms. Mountain View in the white with the purple trim down the side. Going to go on defense first possession of this contest. Up top, Mandy Air with it, looking to go somewhere with it. Olivia Smith posting up down low. Ball goes reversed to Olivia on the right side, now inside. Now to Nelson, back out. Smith with it up top on the right wing. Dribbles towards her left, being worked on defensively from Lindy Herford. A lot of contact, no foul called. Ball goes loose after the missed shot, and Mountain View comes away with it. Now Mountain View going right to left on offense on their first possession of the game. Charity Harmon backs it out towards midcourt, 2-3 zone to start the game for the Lyman Eagles. Trying to throw some different defenses at this Mountain View Lady Buffs team. They figure that worked in the second half. It was Charity Harmon's first half at Lyman when Harmon connected for, I believe it was 14 points, when Lyman only had 13 at the half. She was outscoring Lyman all by herself in that first half of the second meeting between these two teams. So we'll have to see how it turns out tonight. There's Allie Bugis getting a steal on a cross-court pass that was intercepted. Could not get to the intended target down low. And now Mountain View has it once again up top. Both teams scoreless through the first minute and 15 seconds of tonight's contest. Ball reversed to Charity Harmon on the right side. Harmon deep in the corner. Swings it all the way on the outside. Haley Herford jumps after she catches it. Officials deem that was not a travel. And Mountain View retains possession here. Haley Hereford and Allie Bugus up top. Bugus puts the ball over her head. Ball goes in the corner from one Hereford to the other. Lindy back to Haley up top. It's playing a game of catch between the two teams, trying to find some holes in that zone defense. Lyman's held strong here through the first minute of their defensive possession. About 6:05 left here. Quarter number one still scoreless, and it will stay that way as Mandy Air jumps in front of that pass and intercepts it. And now Mountain View will go back on defense. Lyman has it. Mandy Air crossing over, nearly stolen, and now it is. Allie Bugus going the other way, and Bugus is fouled at about the three-point line. That's probably a good thing for Lyman, if we're being honest, because it looked like Allie Bugus was going to outrun Mandy Air to the basket, but a foul called before she had that opportunity. So going to the baseline to inbound is Lindy Hereford. Drops it off to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens dropping baseline, puts it up behind her back, misses the shot. Cassidy Nelson in for the rebound, and she gets tied up immediately, and it will give it to Mountain View on the possession arrow. Haley Stevens on the baseline to inbound on the possession arrow. Not a turnover. And here comes Lindy Hereford putting up the shot from in close. She misses, but picking up the rebound and scoring is Mountain View. I believe that was Haley Stevens, if my eyes do not deceive me, scoring that basket. Mandy Air goes to the ground on the inbound, able to pick it up and get it over to McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw going all the way, gets her pocket picked by Charity Harmon. Harmon working 1-on-3, pulls it back, and resets. Harmon on the right wing. Ball fakes, drives, and blocked from behind. McKinley Bradshaw coming up big from behind. Charity Harmon thought she got by McKinley Bradshaw, but I think Bradshaw had that one planned out in her head that she's going to let her go by her and then just come in from behind on the much smaller Charity Harmon and block that shot. She did. Unfortunately, she was out of bounds, McKinley Bradshaw, when she touched the ball after getting the block. Lindy Hereford up top, being defended by Olivia Smith. Right down the lane goes Hereford, and she scores. It is 4-0 Mountain View on their home court. Senior night, 3 minutes in. Lyman still yet to put up any points on the scoreboard in this contest. The battle for the Bridger Valley, the third time these teams have met this year. Teams split the first two meetings. And the winner will get the number one seed in the regionals next week. A lot at stake between these two teams. Mandy Air gets it over to Smith on the left side. Smith throws it down low. Cassie Nelson catches it, spins, misses the shot. Ball deflected right back to her, and she gets her second chance opportunity and scores. So Cassidy Nelson, if you don't succeed at first, try again. And that's exactly what she did, scoring after the offensive rebound. 4-2 the score. Mountain View on the lead, or with the lead here. 4:15 to play in quarter number one. Thank you for tuning in live on mylocalradio.com. Another compelling broadcast of both Lyman and Mountain View basketball tonight. To follow this one, the boys game. Charity Harmon from the corner misses that. Long rebound goes to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens up top. Gets it out to Allie Bugus. She puts the ball on her hip, directing the offense around. Lyman still in a 2-3 zone on defense, trying to hold strong. Cutting on that baseline was Charity Harmon. Looked to be open for a minute. Mountain View could not find her. And the possession continues. Harmon on the right wing now. Uses a screen from Haley Hereford. Goes back to the corner where Lindy Hereford is being doubled. Gets it back out up top to Harmon. Harmon on the right wing. Gets it out to Bugus. Bugus drops it to the free throw line. Haley Hereford going around McKinley Bradshaw on that one. And no good on the shot, but a foul is called on Mountain View. So Mountain View picks up the foul after missing that shot, as they deemed that the player going after the rebound maybe a little bit too aggressive there. That was Haley Hereford picking up her first foul of the contest. First foul on Mountain View. 3:25 left in quarter number one. 4-2, Mountain View leads. Home on the scoreboard, wearing the whites on the court. Lyman has it now, going left to right. The Eagles trying to get some offense going. Scored on their last possession. Let's see if they can make it back-to-back possessions with the basket. Olivia Smith trying for a deep three there. Bound is high off the rim. Cassie Nelson gets the rebound. Just kind of hands it off to Spring Yagi. Spring Yagi off balance, misses the shot. Mountain View with the rebound, and they bring it into the front court. Allie Bugus now over to Lindy Hereford on the left side. Back out up top to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens over to Allie Bugus. Bugus over to Harmon up top. at the free throw line. Lindy Herford throws it down low to the baseline. Haley Herford had her pocket picked, but unfortunately for the Lyman Eagles, the ball goes out of bounds off of McKinley Bradshaw, so back to the Buffaloes it will stay. And a timeout for Jason Hanson. We're going to take this timeout too on MyLocalRadio.com. 2:37 left, quarter number 1. Score 4-2. Mountain View leads.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Back here at Mountain View High School, where the Mountain View Buffs on their senior night have a 4-2, a narrow 4-2 advantage over the Lyman Eagles. Inbound goes up top to Allie Bugus near midcourt. Bugus collects, gives it over to Harmon. Mountain View trying to figure out that 2-3 zone, a very high 2-3 zone for the Lyman Eagles on defense, and nearly works as Bradshaw gets her fingertips on it, but the ball goes into the corner and Mountain View retains possession. Driving down the baseline, Bugus gets it over to Haley Herford. Haley Herford driving down the right side of the lane, puts up the shot off the backboard and in. Haley Herford for 2 more. So Haley Herford with 4 points in this contest, our leading scorer. And freshman Bryce Hanson dribbles it off her foot. A turnover back to Mountain View. Mountain View trying to run, push the pace. Lindy Herford ball fakes, gets it inside, and tried to pass it to Haley Herford, her twin sister, but the ball, unfortunately, was knocked out of her hand, and because of that, the ball was knocked out of her hand because she was hit on the hand, and a foul committed by Olivia Smith. Mandier back in the game. This time for Cassidy Nelson. On the defensive end, Cassidy Nelson has a distinct size advantage in height tonight over the very small Mountain View Buffalo. Don't have a lot of size. Most of their size comes off their bench. Tallest starter listed is listed at 5'7", and that's Lindy Herford. So Lindy Herford, number 12 for the Mountain View Buffs in the white, the tallest listed player on this roster right now on the court. Three-pointer from the outside, missed. Long rebound goes to Bradshaw. Bradshaw crosses over Allie Bugus in the backcourt. A lot of contact. Bradshaw still has it in the deep corner. Gets it reversed to Bryce Hanson for 3. Hanson banks it in. Late night on a Thursday. It's snowing outside, but the bank is open. Bryce Hanson. Can't really hear the talking on the court, but I'm not sure if she called bank on that one, but that is exactly what she got on that one. A banked-in 3 from the outside. And a foul, or no, a jump ball underneath. I thought they were going to call a foul, but they said the block was clean. A jump ball committed. A jump ball called there. I believe Olivia Smith was the one who got her hands on the ball and forced the jump ball there. Mandier crossing midcourt. Back out up top to McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw has accepted a full scholarship to play at the University of Wyoming Cowgirl basketball next year. And that shot is missed wide or long from Bryce Hanson as she sends that rebound all the way into the deep corner into that Mountain View bench. So we'll go back to the Buffaloes. 6-5 the score. Buffaloes have had the lead for the entirety of tonight's contest since they scored the opening points about 2.5 minutes in or so. They've not surrendered that lead. Lindy Herford in the corner, being defended by Olivia Smith. Ball knocked out of her hand, goes to Bugus. Bugus drops it down low to Peyton Porter. Peyton Porter on the low block, gets it back out to Lindy Herford. Feet right behind the line, and that's a short 3, I should say, from Lindy Herford. Barely behind the line on that one, but it counts for all 3. Bryce Hanson tried to go down low to Mandier, and that pass was intercepted. Here comes Mountain View the other way. Lindy Herford hitting the deck hard there. Rebound, or scoop and score by Allie Bugus. 3 seconds on the clock. Does Lyman realize? And no, they do not. A traveling called on Mandier. Mandier looked a little bit uncomfortable with the ball. She kind of got in position to shoot it, but obviously when she did that, she stumbled a little bit, shuffled those feet, And now with .9 on the clock, Mountain View's got a chance for a catch and shoot. Already up 11-5. Alibugas from way downtown. Tried to bank it in, missed a little bit wide to the left. And that will end the first quarter of action here. Jason Hanson and the Lyman Eagles will have a lot of talking to do here in between quarters. Mountain View with an 11-5 lead in this contest. Join us on mylocalradio.com when we return.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Back here at Mountain View, where the home Buffaloes on their senior night enjoying an 11-5 advantage after one quarter. Mountain View has possession to start the second quarter, going right to left, wearing those home whites with the purple trim down the side. Lyman in the blue with the white trim down the side, going left to right on offense. Mountain View has it on offense for the first possession here. Haley Herford sees the ball go through her hands and out of bounds there. A little bit too hot to handle from her sister, Lindy Herford. And that ball dropped out of bounds, quickly inbounded to Bradshaw. Looked like some Mountain View players almost weren't ready for it, but Bradshaw quickly is being guarded. Over to Mandy Aaron, now Bryce Hanson on the left wing. Mountain View being very aggressive on the defensive end. Looks like a 3-2 zone, if I'm not being mistaken. Ball goes into the corner. Spring Yagi tries a three from the corner, no good. Ali Bugas comes out with the rebound, crossing over the Lyman defense. Pulls it back out and gets it back at midcourt. Does Bugas. 7 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Driving baseline. Harmon backs it out. Gets it over to Lindy Herford. Lindy Herford at the top of the key. Driving in. Dishes it down low to Peyton Porter. Back out to Haley Herford. Haley Herford misses the shot. A lot of bodies down there. And Bradshaw is able to tip it over to Mandy Ayer, who gets the rebound for Lyman. Ayer being double teamed. Nearly had to take it away from behind, but got the pass out of there before Mountain View was able to recover. Bryce Hanson trying to recover. Had the ball knocked out of her hands by Ali Bugas. Bugas is really being a disruptor in this game so far for the Mountain View Lady Buffs. Bradshaw spinning, turnaround jumper at the free throw line. No good. Peyton Porter with the rebound for Mountain View. Now the Buffaloes have it, going right to left on offense once again. 6:11 to play here before halftime. 11-5 to score, so a very low-scoring game. Probably favors Mountain View. Lyman loves to run and gun. Mountain View is a very good defensive team. They are very content to keep you in the 20s and the 30s, as their defense can provide that. Haley Herford over to Charity Harmon in the corner. Harmon trying to get by Cassidy Nelson. Dishes it out. Peyton Porter at the three-point line. Probably not going to do anything with the ball out there. Lindy Herford cutting on the baseline. No one saw her for Lyman, but Mountain View saw her and gets the pass down there. And an easy score for Herford once again. 13-5. Mountain View, their largest lead of the game, at 8 right now. Cassie Nelson, ball fakes, gets it over to Mandy Ayer, back up top to Hanson. Hanson and Ayer, two young players for this Lyman Eagle team, and sure enough, a timeout is called from Jason Hanson. Didn't like what he saw. We're going to take a timeout here on mylocalradio.com. Please join us after this.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
back here at Mountain View. We're with 5:15 to play before halftime. The Buffaloes come out of their timeout ready and roaring to go. Lyman still talking it over with their head coach, Jason Hanson. Lyman ball going to be inbounding on the sideline, the near sideline. McKinley Bradshaw has the ball in hand, ready to throw it back in play. And she does to Mandy Air. Air with the ball being defended by Bugis. Gets it over to Spring Yagi. Spring Yagi trying to get Olivia Smith down low, but the ball was intercepted before it got there. Story of the night so far for the Lyman Eagles. They've been trying to make those passes inside, use that height advantage. Mountain View has not been allowing them to use that height advantage. They've been stopping it before the ball gets inside. Over to Bugis, outside top to Charity Harmon, and Charity Harmon nails a three. Harmon enjoying her senior night so far, as are these Mountain View Buffalo trying to win on their final game on this home court for them. A 16-5 advantage so far. Mandy Air on the right wing. Gets it back out up top to Bradshaw. Bradshaw moving towards the right, step back three. And she kind of wedged it against the rim and the backboard. Olivia Smith with the rebound, has it taken away from Charity Harmon. Harmon not going to stop. She's going to try to go all the way. Kind of a wild shot off the backboard. Rebound for Mountain View. And now Bradshaw is going to try to do it herself on this possession. And she backs it out now, looking for a screen. She'll reset. Jason Hanson calls out a play from the Lyman bench. Pass entered inside to Cassie Nelson, but the ball was knocked away. Saving it in the corner is Lindy Herford. Very active tonight is Lindy Herford, as are the entirety of these Mountain View Lady Buffs. They are enjoying a 16-5 lead, and just as I say that, I don't know if you saw that on the bottom of the screen, but Jason Hanson just called 5 new players to come to the scorers table. Yes, Jason Hanson's going to take out all 5 of his starters in this game right now at the next whistle, and the next whistle might need to come soon for the Lyman Eagles because it's another long three. Nothing is going the way of the Lyman Eagles, and Mandy Air, I believe they're calling a palming violation. She might have been hit in the face there as she is looking over towards the officials, and it is a turnover. So 5 new players in for the Mountain View Buffs, including Bryce Hanson. Bryce Hanson, the only majority varsity player in this group of 5. Jason Hanson trying to get something going, trying to inject some energy. His team only has 5 points in about the first 13 minutes of action. Something is afoot on the Lyman bench. And Jason Hanson substituted 5 people in on the bench, and maybe somebody wearing the wrong jersey number. That is the problem. Sometimes when you have some girls, maybe you don't expect to play in the game. If they're not entered in the book as the jersey number that they attempted to check in with, this could be a technical foul called against Lyman. And when it rains, it pours. We'll have to see if the officials deem there was someone entered into the book incorrectly. I believe they got the Lyman book. I believe that is what the official has in his hand on the bottom of the screen. I'll try to read some lips here, see what they called. And they did call a technical against Lyman, so one of the Lyman players, I'm not sure who, is entered into the book incorrectly, or either entered in incorrectly or not entered at all. Jason Hanson clearly upset right now at the call. He's telling him to look over at the book again. Jason Hanson pointing. They're trying to find the discrepancy and who the discrepancy was. I don't think Jason Hanson's going to win this call from the officials. It is Charity Harmon at the free throw line, so after a brief pause, she will get, I believe, 2 free throws out of this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the first one is up and good. Lyman is kind of sitting all stunned. Mountain View all clapping their hands. They love it. A 20-5 lead over the number 1 team in the 3A Southwest Division. in Lyman. But if Mountain View wins tonight, they will be the number 1 seed in the 3A Southwest Division in the regionals next weekend in Worland, Wyoming. So 1 of 2 at the line for Harmon, and it's 20-5, and now Mountain View has the possession. On the outside, Haley Stevens looking to go for the jugular, misses that shot. Rebound pulled away from Lyman, but the ball is immediately turned over, and it is Allie Bugis laying it up and laying it in, and immediately those 5 players come back into the game for Lyman. So a short break there. I think Jason Hansen maybe got the message he wanted across, saying, hey, if you're not going to play hard, if we're not going to play as good as possible, I'm going to take you out. I don't care who you are. 22-5, 2:58 left before halftime. Mandiere running the point for the Lyman Eagles, going left to right on offense, trying to get it across the center line. They do. Trying to go down the baseline is Olivia Smith. She had her path cut off by Lindy Herford. Cutting down the middle of the paint was Mandiere. They missed her. Trying to get it down low this time and through the hands of Air and out of bounds. Lyman going to pressure here in the backcourt, try to force maybe a turnover and get an easy basket, as Mountain View have a couple times tonight. Lindy Herford going to run long. She is all alone down the court. Do they find her? No, it's Allie Bugis taking it across the center line. Harmon right down to Stevens. Stevens is blocked and rebounded by Charity Harmon. Charity Harmon scoops it and scores. It is 24-5 here in the first half. And another steal. Allie Bugis with the takeaway. The Lyman Eagles, the number 1 team in the 3A Southwest, being heavily upset tonight. And another 3 from the outside. It's Haley Herford from downtown. And it's 27-5. McKinley Bradshaw crosses midcourt. Bradshaw's just going to need to start shooting the ball herself and creating some offense. That's what she does on that possession. Unfortunately for her, it was a wild shot, and the ball goes awry, and Mountain View has it. McKinley Bradshaw, the best athlete on the court, going to need to get some offense all by herself. Haley Herford again! Wow, it is 30-5, and the entirety of this home Mountain View crowd is on their feet. The Lyman Eagles stunned silent early in this one. 30-5. Olivia Smith catches on the low block, makes a nice move, and gets to the basket and scores. 30-7 the score. 1:10 to play. Harmon tosses it up. It's a 3-on-1 on the other end. Haley Herford tries an 8-footer this time. No good. Rebound goes to Smith. Tapped out to Smith. Smith pulls it up, gets it over to Mandiere. Mandiere crosses midcourt with under a minute to go until halftime. Lyman trails 23 points in this contest. And an offensive foul committed there by Olivia Smith. Smith not pleased at the call. And that's just been the downfall of Lyman. They're throwing too many jump balls. They're just kind of throwing up there and saying, hey, I think you can go get it. You need to go and get the ball out of the air. And for Lyman, it's just not working. They're throwing the ball away too many times. Jessica Moretti will call her use it or lose it timeout with 47.1 to play before halftime. Join us after this commercial break.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Back here at Mountain View, where the Mountain View Buffalo are enjoying a 30-7 lead with 47 ticks on the clock before halftime. Remember, in their last meeting at Lyman, while the score was not this ugly, Mountain View did take a lead into halftime on the road, and Lyman came back in the second half and defeated them in overtime. So perhaps this thing is not over yet. I've seen enough of McKinley Bradshaw to know that she can really just take over a game, but she's going to need one heck of an effort to come back from down 25 now. Bryce Hansen dribbles it off of her foot. Allie Bugis on the defensive end. Andy Air with 15 on the clock. Picks up her dribble, trying to go somewhere with it. Lyman being heavily defended here. Final 10 seconds of the half. Cassie Nelson steps inside the three-point line, misses a jumper long. Charity Harmon with 5 on the clock. 4, 3, Harmon tries to back dribble. Bradshaw takes it away with 1 on the clock. I don't think she sees the clock. She did not, and that's not going to count. And going into halftime, the score is 32-7. The Mountain View Buffs on their senior night really determined to take that division crown into regionals next week. They have had one heck of an effort to start the game. They'll have one more half to go if they want that #1 seed in next week's regional tournament. We're going to take a short commercial break and then go on for our halftime show, brought to you by mylocalradio.com. If you want to join us, please stay tuned after this commercial break.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live. Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Back here at Mountain View, where the Mountain View Buffalo came to play tonight, ready to avenge that loss they suffered about 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago on Friday at the hands of Lyman on Lyman's senior night. Mountain View has come out looking prepared and looking ready to go. They have a 32-7 lead at halftime here as the Buffalo will go into the half and come out, try to keep that same energy. 32 points in the first half. A bit higher than you would expect for this Mountain View Lady Buffs team. They are more of a defensive-centered team and don't really rely on scoring about 60 to 70 points. That's not saying that they cannot score 60 to 70 points on any given night, but they would certainly love to keep the opponent into the 30s, even the 20s on a good day, and that's certainly what they're on pace for. They are on pace for a lot better tonight. They have only given up 7 points, the high-powered, high-scoring offense of the Lyman Lady Eagles tonight. McKinley Bradshaw accepted a scholarship to go play at the University of Wyoming next year to play basketball. She has only 2 points, if I'm remembering correctly. I think McKinley Bradshaw scored 2 points early in the game, if that. If she even scored 2, she is held to less than 2 points. And McKinley Bradshaw really will just have to take over the second half. Not that Bradshaw cannot take over the second half. We've certainly seen a lot from McKinley Bradshaw and the Lyman Eagles, enough where McKinley Bradshaw, if she really wants to, especially in the fourth quarter, can just say, all right, this is my game to win or lose. And you bet it. And McKinley Bradshaw, more times than not, has won games for her team. She has had a 42-point performance earlier this season. Obviously, she'll need a lot of work to get back to that number. If she wants to get that tonight, she'll need about a miracle and a half. But right now, the Lyman Eagles don't have a lot going for them, but hopefully Jason Hansen and the Lyman Eagles were able to come out of the locker room and get their team set as they come out on the court, getting some shots up. Nothing was really falling for the Lyman Eagles in that first half. Meanwhile, the Mountain View Lady Buffs really just saw everything fall. Haley Hereford left open about 4 or 5 times in that second quarter. Mountain View, and she was able to make those shot opportunities and score the basketball. So something she, to her credit, something she probably has worked on over the last couple weeks, because if you do remember, at the end of that game, Haley Hereford was left open in overtime a couple times. McKinley Bradshaw about 5-6 feet off of her on defense, just kind of challenging her, say, I don't think you're going to make that shot. Good luck if you try, good luck if you're going to make that shot against me. And sure enough, she stepped up there and she made those shots today, including a couple big threes in a row. And part of the reason why Mountain View has a 32-7 lead. Lyman going to need to pick up the pace, probably try to force some turnovers in the second half if they want to come back. Meanwhile, the Mountain View Buffs, they're content to basically just slow this game down, make it a possession game. They're lead by 25 at halftime. Not very often you'll see even a 15-point lead at halftime be succumbed. So 25 points at halftime might be a pretty secure lead, but I've seen crazy things happen in high school basketball. So Mountain View is going to need to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They do not want to let this Lyman team get the first few points in the second half and feel like they have a chance of coming back. That is just from experience. So let's see what this second half brings here on the Mountain View senior night here as the Lyman Eagles trail 32-7. It's going to be a hard road, a very steep hill to climb if the Mountain View Buffs want to come back, if the Lyman Eagles want to come back and beat the Buffs on their senior night. We're going to take a short commercial break and to join us for tip-off of the second half live on mylocalradio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Lyman possession here to start the second half. As the time winds down, Lyman maybe trying to steal quick inbounds here, waiting for that clock to hit 0. I've seen some officials do that where the clock literally will hit 0 after a timeout or a halftime, and the referees will just hand the inbound of the ball and say, all right, the other team's not on the court, that's on you. Not sure how fair that is, but the Lyman Eagles ready to inbound the ball. Lyman will be going right to left on offense to start the second half. Mountain View's going to be going left to right on offense. Mountain View in the home whites with the purple trim down the sides. Lyman in the road blues with the white trim down the side. Andy Air starts the second half with the ball. Inbound inlet pass goes to, entry pass goes into Bradshaw, and Bradshaw lays it up off the window and scores to start the second half. Immediately coming the other way is Haley Stevens, but she is blocked by Cassidy Nelson. Cassidy Nelson gets the block, gets it over to Mandy Air, who's running the point tonight for the Lyman Eagles, and she crosses that center line, being defended by Haley Hereford. Picks up her dribble, gets it back to Smith. Smith has to turn around to catch it. Smith goes to the corner, Spring Yagi with it. Yagi puts the ball in her hip, gets it over to Nelson. Nelson over to Air. Air inside to Bradshaw. Bradshaw puts up the shot a little bit long. Olivia Smith with the rebound, gets up, is fouled, and she scores. So Olivia Smith a chance for one more at the free throw line. This is exactly what I said you do not want if you're a Mountain View Buffalo fan, is Lyman to come out, score the first 5-7 points in the second half, and really feel like they have a chance to get after it in the second half. We'll have to see if Jessica Moretti lets this continue. Olivia Smith chance to get it to a 5-0 run. She misses, but Bradshaw with the rebound, and Bradshaw lays it in. So not only is it a 5-0 run, it's a 6-0 run to open the second half. And Mountain View now is only up 19. In the backcourt, Charity Harmon picks up her dribble. Whistles blowing from the backcourt, or the front court, and Jessica Moretti calls the timeout. So Jessica Moretti, keen eye there, saw that Charity Harmon did not have her dribble, look a little bit flustered in the backcourt, and a timeout was called. I believe this is only a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here on mylocalradio.com. So Lyman Eagles, you can really see what their game plan will be for the second half. First 2 possessions of the second half went right down low to McKinley Bradshaw. Bradshaw, a distinct athletic advantage, as well as the size advantage. Cassidy Nelson, the tallest player on the floor for Lyman. But inside to McKinley Bradshaw, if you get her on the low block, especially posting up even a very good defensive player like Haley or Lindy Hereford, you will have an advantage there. Right inside to McKinley Bradshaw, went 2 times. She missed 1 of 2, but made the other one. And Olivia Smith with the offensive rebound, the foul. And another offensive rebound for Bradshaw as she scored off of the missed free throw. Hugas gets the inbound in the backcourt, being doubled. Lyman trying to force the issue here, but Mountain View breaks the press. Charity Harmon on the low block, misses that shot. Olivia Smith pulls down the rebound, being triple teamed in the backcourt, needs to put it on the deck. She does, it's taken away. Haley Hereford is fouled going up to the basket there. And McKinley Bradshaw claps her hands together in frustration after Lyman got a stop, and Olivia Smith could not get the ball to one of her teammates before it was taken away. At the free throw line for Mountain View is Haley Hereford, and she missed everything on that one. An air ball, so maybe a little bit more legs into this effort from Haley Hereford as she attempts her second free throw of 2 at the free throw line. And that one is also missed, but the rebound is pulled away from Haley Stevens, the lone junior on the court for this Mountain View team on their senior night. And another possession here for the Lady Buffs. Chance to get that lead back up a little bit more. Stevens gets back to Bugas. Bugas up top. In the corner goes to Lindy Hereford. Lindy Hereford goes all the way back out up top to Allie Bugas. Bugas dribbling into the free throw line, drops it behind her back to Haley Stevens. Ball goes a little bit wayward, but she's able to recover it. 6 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. Charity Harmon driving down the lane, drops it off to Haley Herford. Haley Herford reverses in the lane and gets her shot blocked by Bradshaw. Bradshaw trying to do it all herself, get it across that center line, being triple teamed, and the ball goes through the hands of, I believe that was Cassidy Nelson on the low block. Bradshaw trying to do it all, had 3 players on the defensive end, knew that there were some numbers ahead if she could just get it there. A little bit too hot on the pass. She threw a fastball as Cassie Nelson was not ready for it, maybe thinking about a changeup on that pass. Bradshaw leans in and a foul is called, a very late call there by the official. Probably was a foul as Bradshaw leaned across to commit the foul, but it was a delayed reaction call from the official at midcourt. That is the second foul and back-to-back possessions here for McKinley Bradshaw. Her second, she only has 2, so good news there for the Lyman Eagles and their fans. Harmon sets a screen for Bugus. Bugus drives in, picks up her dribble, gets it back out to Stevens. Stevens had her shot challenged, no good. Haley Stevens with the rebound, or Haley Herford with the rebound over McKinley Bradshaw. Coming down the right side of the lane, Lindy Herford, wild shot there, no good, but the rebound falls into the hands of Harmon. Harmon loses the ball. Olivia Smith with it, gets it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw head up, looking to go down the court. She will slowly take this thing across. It's still a 19-point game. Bryce Hansen on the outside for 3. She's got it. Bryce Hansen, and the tide might be changing here for the Lyman Eagles. They're down 25 at halftime. Mountain View has not scored here in the second half. Cassie Nelson with the takeaway, launches it ahead to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith trying to work 1-on-3, pulls it back, gets it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, step back 3, had it rejected by Haley Herford, Haley Herford comes from the right side and throws that thing into the bleachers on the baseline. Bryce Hansen inbound on the baseline. Ball gets immediately sent back out up top to Olivia Smith. Smith throws it down low to Bradshaw. Bradshaw turning through some contact and she scores. McKinley Bradshaw. What did I say at halftime, folks? I said this game was not over, and McKinley Bradshaw is going to need to be a huge factor for this Lyman Eagles second half comeback effort. She has been phenomenal so far in the first 4 minutes of this third quarter, and she gets a 3-point play on that one. That lead now down to 13. Numbers ahead. Haley Herford cutting down the lane, misses it long. Rebound Spring Yagi. She tosses it ahead to Bryce Hansen. Bryce Hansen being triple teamed. Gets it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw launches it ahead. Spring Yagi throws it. Her pass is knocked away. Saved over to Spring Yagi. Reversing. Lyman trying to force the SU. Bradshaw tops it off down low to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith scores, and a timeout, Jason Hansen and the Lyman Eagles. This is an 11-point game, a 14-0 run to open up the second half from the Lyman Eagles. Stay tuned after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
4:14 left here in the third quarter. Lyman currently on a 14-0 run. Mountain View has not scored in the second half. They will not score in this possession as they turn it over in the first 7 seconds. A reversal of fortune here because the Mountain View Buffs are turning it over like the Lyman Eagles were in the first half. They're not even getting shots up. They're just turning it over, and Lyman looking to capitalize on the other end. Bryce Hansen working towards her right, picks up her dribble, gets it I was going to say gets it to the corner, but she still has it. She has to get it away before the 5-second call is initiated. Bradshaw steps back, thought about a three, passed up on it. Bradshaw calling for the ball back. Bryce Hansen with it on the right side, loses it out of bounds. A little bit too much dribbling there from the freshman Bryce Hansen. Bradshaw wanted the ball, and Hansen rejected it, did not get her the ball, and instead, maybe not focused, lost the ball off of her foot out of bounds. Olivia Smith checking out. I believe Mandier was the one who checked in for the Lyman Eagles. Pressure in the backcourt once again as the Lyman Eagles are on a 14-0 run. 3:40 left here in quarter number 3. Mountain View has not scored in the second half. They had held a 32-7 lead at halftime. Harmon in the lane, picks up her dribble. Has to be careful for the 3-second call there. Not going to be called, but she misses the shot. Mandier with the rebound. Being guarded by Haley Hereford. Gets it across, trying to get over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw being face guarded now from Charity Harmon. Much smaller defender, Charity Harmon, but very fast, very quick. And now the switch is back, and Haley Hereford is guarding Bradshaw. Cassie Nelson at the three-point line. Does not decide to shoot it. Bradshaw being doubled on the baseline. About 4 defenders on her. Bradshaw puts up the shot. No good. Chasing after the rebound. It's Harmon with it. Harmon gets it over to Lindy Hereford, and now Lindy Hereford crosses the center line. Hereford drops it back to Stevens. Stevens ball fakes, gets it in the paint, gets it out in the corner to Charity Harmon. Harmon crossing over, trying to open up this Lyman defense. Harmon wide open for 3, misses it short. Harmon chases after her own shot, gets the rebound, puts up a second shot, no good. Haley Stevens with a third opportunity, and Haley Stevens is fouled, and she will head to the free throw line. Lyman had to stop there twice, just offered 2 offensive rebounds. One, Charity Harmon was wide open, and then no one came over even after she shot the ball to box her out. She just kind of stepped right inside the three-point line and finally shot the ball, finally got the rebound, and said, okay, if no one's going to guard me, I'm just going to go towards the hoop. First free throw, no good. Second one oncoming for Haley Stevens, trying to put Mountain View on the scoreboard for the first time here in the second half. And that's what she does. 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 33-21 lead now. Bradshaw in the backcourt, being doubled by Hereford and Bugis. Looks like that is what Mountain View is content to do, just double and triple team McKinley Bradshaw whenever she has the ball in her hands. Olivia Smith on the left wing gets it up top to Nelson. Nelson not content to shoot a 3. That is not her game. Instead, she is all alone up top. Peyton Porter, her defender, in the paint. Ball is knocked away at the top. Spring Yagi had it taken away from her. And now Mountain View has a chance to regain some of that composure after they scored for the first time. And Jessica Moretti steps onto the court and says, hey, I want a timeout. We're going to take this timeout too with Jessica Moretti and the players on mylocalradio.com. Okay, apparently not a timeout, maybe just a substitution. Couldn't really see what was going on there. Jessica Moretti signaled something, and then the play stopped. Maybe a bloody arm or something of a player, I'm not exactly sure. Either way, Bugis drives down the right side of the lane, misses the shot, gets her own rebound. Back out up top, Lindy Hereford trying to get by Cassie Nelson. She does, falls down, knocked down, I should say. And it will be a foul committed against the Lyman Eagles. Mountain View Buffalo up by 12 in this contest. Not a shooting foul, so Mountain View will inbound on the baseline. Charity Harmon with it, being defended by Mandier. Mandier has a height advantage on Charity Harmon, but Charity Harmon has the speed advantage, and she tries to get by Air. She does, but misses the shot from in close. Bradshaw with the rebound, and here comes Bradshaw the other way. Bradshaw looking to take Hereford one-on-one. Cutting into the free throw line. A lot of contact, no call. Shot goes up and missed. And Lyman, another empty possession. Here comes Allie Bugis, turning around, picking up her dribble at the free throw line. 12-point lead for the Buffalo. 1:15 on the clock in the third quarter. Lindy Hereford, a lot of contact. Bradshaw tried to take a charge, went down, no call. Either way, shot is missed, and here comes Lyman. Bradshaw not looking to stop, and she eventually has to stop, but she loses the ball. Here comes Allie Bugis. Bugis turning, putting the ball up, no good. Bradshaw with the rebound underneath the basket. 55 seconds, and finally a foul called in the backcourt. Bradshaw being hounded on the defensive end, but Lyman fans, maybe a sarcastic cheer, I guess you could call that one. Bradshaw is having a lot of hands on her, fighting through the contact. 55.5 to go, and now McKinley Bradshaw is going to check out of the game, so maybe a short rest for about a minute, and then she'll get that timeout break in between the third and fourth quarter. Jason Hansen trying to survive the end of this quarter without his best player, Bradshaw. Spring Yagi travels at midcourt. Yagi started moving before the ball hit the hardwood, and a traveling violation has been called. 48.1 on the clock, 33-21. Mountain View going left to right on offense. Have it. Allie Bugis drops it off to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens, 4-foot shot, no good. Cassie Nelson, huge rebound there for Lyman. Ball tossed ahead. Spring Yagi able to control it on the sideline. Yagi throws it over to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith back out at midcourt, looks over at Jason Hansen, her head coach. Call out a play. I think he wants one more possession in this half. He wants them to hold the ball for the last shot. Cassie Nelson at the free throw line instead shoots the ball, misses. Rebound goes to Haley Herford, and now Mountain View will have the last possession of quarter number 3. Lindy Herford driving down the right side of the lane. She tried to toss it to her teammate, but a ball waywardly went out, and Haley Herford picks it up, drives to the basket, and scores. Through some contact, and that is a deflating basket and foul for Lyman. They've put in all this work here in the third quarter. They had a chance to have the last possession of the quarter. Instead, they shot the ball with about 9 seconds to play, giving the Mountain View Buffs one more opportunity, and they have not wasted that. One more chance for another point for Haley Herford. She misses that one wide. Rebound bumped around underneath the basket, and that rebound will go to Mountain View, but they cannot get a shot off, and that is how quarter number 3 will end. So Lyman puts in a lot of effort, a lot of work, cuts this thing in half. It was a 25-point deficit at halftime. It is now a 14-point game going into the final frame. Join us on mylocalradio.com for the fourth quarter action from Mountain View.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Starting the final quarter of action from Mountain View. It will be Mountain View ball here. Chance to really cut into this effort to come back for Lyman. If they get a basket here, this game can go up to a 16 or 17-point game after Lyman cut it down to as little as 9 points, I believe, in that third quarter. Allie Bugis with the ball up top, 7:50 on the clock before this game comes to a conclusion. Haley Herford, ball fakes, drives to the right, drops it down low to Peyton Porter. Peyton Porter gives it off to Lindy Herford. Lindy Herford goes all the way across the lane and lays it in on the right side of the low block. And that's 2 more for Mountain View, and now that lead back to 16. So Bradshaw back into the game after that short 1-minute rest. She's going to have to put in a lot more work here in this fourth quarter to come back. She tried to do a lot in the third quarter successfully. And that one, a nice pass from Bradshaw, goes to Air on the left side. Air lays it in, and that is a 37-23 game. Haley Stevens blowing by the defense, puts that shot up and scores. Lyman a little bit lax on the help defense there, could not get the ball, could not stop the ball carrier before she went all the way to the basket and scored. Bryce Hansen picks up the dribble, gets it over to Bradshaw. Bradshaw ball fakes, gets it over to Herford. Herford with a couple plugs in her nose. I think she might have been bleeding from the nose. Maybe that's why we had her stoppage about a couple minutes ago. And that shot is missed from the outside. Bradshaw going aggressively for the rebound, knocks over the Mountain View Buffalo player, and a foul is committed against Bradshaw. Bradshaw's third foul of this contest. 39-23 the score. Live on mylocalradio.com. 6:35 to play here. Haley Herford driving down the left side of the block, or the paint. Reverses course, gets it inside, misses the shot. Peyton Porter all alone on the right side, and she scores. So Mountain View might have just put the final nail in the coffin. Obviously a lot of time left, but Lyman, all that momentum they had in the third quarter is gone. Bradshaw driving down, a lot of contact, no call. She puts that shot up and in. So Bradshaw not done yet. She's trying to get her team back into this. She doesn't think it's over yet. Hugas crosses the center line, gets it over to Haley Herford. Haley Herford driving down the right side of the paint. Picks up her dribble, gets it back out to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens had to go back out towards midcourt to fully control that one. Stevens blows by Olivia Smith, pulling up right in front of Bradshaw, and she scores. Lyman very aggressive on the defensive end here in this fourth quarter, and a couple times they've just been beat. Mountain View looking like the quicker team as of right now. Talking about quicker team, McKinley Bradshaw goes to the basket, and she is fouled as she collides with a Mountain View player. I think she got hit in the face. Did the Mountain View player. I can't see who that is. Is that Lindy Herford again? I think Lindy Herford trying to take a charge, maybe hit the back of her head, I believe, on the hardwood. You see 4 Mountain View players walking her over to the bench. Head injuries, obviously nothing to be messing around with. Jessica Moretti quickly on the scene to help her as Lindy Herford walks to the end of the bench to be taken care of. Bradshaw at the line for 2 shots. She was fouled on that shot attempt. And the first one rims out to the right. 18-point game, 5.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Bradshaw with 1 more at the free throw line. Bradshaw's second attempt misses. Olivia Smith goes in for the rebound, spinning, turning, throwing it off the window, and good. So Lyman, it's 2 points there and a timeout on the inbound from Jessica Moretti. So we're going to take a short commercial break. Join us after this for more action from Mountain View.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Lead for Mountain View sits at 16 points here in the second half with 5:26 to play. Lyman trying to come back. They cut it down to 9 in the third quarter. Mountain View stormed back to retake that powerful lead they had. Not quite up to the 25 they had it at halftime, but still up to a controlling 16 points. Lindy Herford, back into the game, draws a loud cheer from the Mountain View crowd here. So Herford seems to be okay. Probably just got knocked on the head there. Inbound goes over to the left side. One Herford to the other. Lindy Herford immediately back in the action. Drives, kicks it. Allie Bugas open, passes up on the 3. Lindy Herford in the corner, being defended by Bryce Hansen. 5:05 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Haley Herford gets it down to Stevens. Stevens misses her shot. Bradshaw with the rebound. 16-point game, 5 minutes on the clock. Lyman's going to need to work quickly to get back into this one. Certainly not over, but Lyman's going to need to play near perfect basketball for the final 5 minutes if they want to win this one or force overtime. And a 5 seconds is called against Mandy Air there. She puts her hands on her head. She knew that she was in trouble. Thought she got the ball away in time, but the official deemed she did not. So Mandier will go back on the defensive end now for Lyman. In the backcourt, getting it across the center line. Lindy Hereford with it in the deep left corner. Driving baseline, puts the shot up off the window and scores. Getting right by Bryce Hansen on that one on the defensive end. Bryce Hansen now with the ball, trying to get by Allie Bugis. A little bit harder of a task to get by Bugis or Harmon tonight for the Lyman Eagles. Haley Hereford still with those cotton swabs in her nose after she had a bloody nose after getting hit in the face earlier in the contest. Mandier at the three-point line gets it over to Hansen. Hansen, a three-point shooter, misses that one. Rebound falls down. Bradshaw picks it up at the free throw line. Bradshaw's shot is long. Air with the rebound. Her shot is altered. Rebound goes out to Lyman, and Hansen's three is no good. Mountain View with the rebound, looking to run this thing out, and they quickly slow that pace down, as they probably should, with an 18-point advantage. 3:40 to play here in the final quarter. Jessica Moretti sticking her hands out wide, telling her team to spread out and keep the ball. Bradshaw trying to cause a turnover. Instead, she commits a foul. That's a little bit unlucky there from Bradshaw as she went to the deck and got tangled up in the feet of the Mountain View player, and she also went to the ground. Harmon at the free throw line makes the first of her 1-and-1. So she will get one more free throw. A 19-point advantage for the Mountain View Lady Buffs, and the second free throw is good, so that lead back to 20. And just perhaps the end of the Lyman chance, at the end of Lyman's chances to get a number 1 seed at regionals next weekend. Winner of this game is number 1 going into Worland, Wyoming next weekend at the regionals. Bradshaw with the ball back out up top, dribbling to her right. Gets it over to Mandier. Mandier over to Olivia Smith. Smith banks in a three. A tough angle, but she got it to go. So back down to 17 now as Mountain View tries to advance it. They do. Wide open underneath the basket. And scoring on that one, Lindy Hereford left unattended. Found herself wide open for the basket. Hansen gets it across the center line, gives it off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw's done her part tonight. Unfortunately, Lyman just not enough offense. They're down 32 to 7 at half. Olivia Smith has it taken away as Haley Stevens gets it, crosses midcourt, slows things down. Smith back out on defense. Lyman is in the bonus. If they want to foul Mountain View, they'll send him to the free throw line. Down by 19 with 2:22 on the clock. Let the applause do all the talking for you on that one. Mountain View finds another easy basket as they go straight to the basket and score. Bradshaw stepping back, trying to hit a three, comes up a little bit short. Those legs working extra hard for McKinley Bradshaw tonight. Just came up a little bit short, and a foul committed by Lyman out at midcourt. A 51-30 lead, and I hate to say it if you're a Lyman fan, but I wonder if head coach Jessica Moretti will take out her starters, or her seniors, I should say, in the next couple possessions here and give them the round of applause that they probably deserve in front of this sold-out home crowd. No seats available. Every seat packed. Each corner of the gym is absolutely bustling with people. 52-30. And there you go. Some seniors. Well, one senior coming out is Haley Hereford. The other junior Haley Hereford checking out. Still a couple seniors in Lindy Hereford and Allie Bugis. 1:59 on the clock, 53-30 the score. Mandier in the backcourt, taking it up the near sideline, gets it over to her teammate. On the outside, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound pulled down by Casey Bugis. And here comes Mountain View looking to run this clock out and win in decisive factor, going to be the number 1 seed at Worland next week are the Mountain View Buffaloes. Mountain View boys hope they can say that after tonight's contest. They'll need a lot more than just getting a win themselves after last week's defeat against Pinedale here on this court. Mountain View is no longer the number 1 seed for boys. They would need a win today and a loss for Pinedale against Big Piney to be a number 1 seed next week. If they both win, I believe it would come down to a tiebreaker fashion, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Pinedale would have that tiebreaker, so we'll have to see how the seeding draws out. Lyman passing inside, outside to Bryce Hansen now. Hansen for 3, nothing but nylon. So Bryce Hansen still trying her best to put up some points, make this a little bit more respectable of a score line. Lyman down by 20, 53-33, final 60 seconds of action. Some of the Mountain View fans, or the Mountain View students, chanting, "Hey, hey, goodbye." And I believe a timeout called by Jessica Moretti there. See if she wants to take the timeout or it's just a substitution timeout. I think she'll actually take the timeout. So one more timeout here on mylocalradio.com. Join us after this.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Final 43 seconds of action, much less drama than the last meeting between these two teams when there was a 3-point deficit in the final 30 seconds before Haley Stevens hit a deep 3 to send us to overtime in that contest. This time Haley Stevens will go to the free throw line to try to finish this thing out. Bryce Hansen shaking the hands of fellow freshman Casey Bugas at midcourt for the Mountain View Buffs. Front end of the 1-on-1 is no good. Rebound is grabbed by Lyman, and now Mandier has it on the left sideline. Charles C. Rose driving baseline, misses the shot. Rebound pulled away down low. I believe that's Hadley Gross, and Hadley Gross will go to the basket and go to the free throw line after she is fouled on that 2-point shot there. Senior night for Lyman was a win for Lyman for these girls. Mountain View looks to be just about ready to do the same on their home court, win their senior night in this heated rivalry between the two teams. Free throw no good, rebound pulled away. Bailey Henstra gets it over to Haley Stevens. Haley Stevens crosses midcourt and is fouled there by Mandier. So back to the free throw line will go Haley Stevens for the final 14.5 seconds in this one, so probably one more shot attempt maybe from Lyman. They can get a rebound or get the inbounds after a made free throw. First free throw no good from Haley Stevens, so Haley Stevens, the only thing she's doing right now is maybe hurting some of those free throw stats by missing a few, but obviously she'll take the win and the number 1 seed for the Mountain View Lady Buffs. They will go to Worland, Wyoming next weekend as the number 1 seed and play Lovell in the opening round game. The time is to be announced. The Mountain View Buffs know the team that they're going to be playing. The Lyman Eagles, that is a lot less decided right now. It's more ambiguous on who they will play. We'll still have to wait for tonight's games and some of tomorrow's games in the 3A classification to play out to see who Lyman will play in the opening round. Looks like it's either probably going to be Worland or Powell, to be honest. But obviously the times to be announced. We will announce those times live on my radio show on KNYN Radio 99.1 on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1, Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. We will announce all of our game times for the Mountain View boys, Mountain View girls, Lyman boys, and Lyman girls. We're covering live at the regionals starting next Thursday from Worland, Wyoming. So Mountain View will be your divisional champs. They will technically both be co-division champs, but Mountain View has the tiebreaker and the number 1 seed going into regionals. So that'll do it for our coverage of the girls' game. Stay tuned for our boys' basketball action, including senior night festivities from Mountain View, honoring the senior boys for their team. So the Mountain View girls jumping up and down, they're high-fiving. They know that they will be the number 1 seed going into next week's regional play. Stay tuned for boys basketball action. The final here from the girls' game, 54-34. Mountain View with a comfortable 20-point win. Welcome back to our coverage of the Mountain View Buffalo Senior Night against the Lyman Eagles, our second half of the doubleheader, just about under 5 minutes away from tip-off here. The girls basketball team from Mountain View able to escape with a 20-point victory and gain themselves, or grab themselves, the number 1 seed at regionals next week at Worland. All Mountain View and Lyman games from Worland, Wyoming will be streamed live on mylocalradio.com. Unfortunately, if you do not remember from volleyball and football season, due to NFHS restrictions, we will not be able to video stream the game from Worland, Wyoming. However, we will have an audio stream of every Mountain View and Lyman game from the regionals at Worland, Wyoming. Just about 3 minutes away from tip-off here. The Lyman Eagles and the Mountain View Buffalo looking to compete for supremacy in the 3A Southwest. Lyman currently at the bottom of the standings in the 3A Southwest division. Meanwhile, the Mountain View Buffs are sitting at number 2. Their game, or their season, and their number 1 spot, I should say, is reliant on what happens about a couple hours away at Big Piney, where Pinedale and Big Piney are playing for the divisional crown. MyRadio.com. Meanwhile, if Big Piney beats Pinedale and Mountain View beats Lyman tonight, Mountain View will have the number 1 seed. However, if Lyman wins or Pinedale wins, Pinedale will be the number 1 seed going into next week's regional play at Worland, Wyoming. Try to get an update as often as possible as I can for you, live on mylocalradio.com, on how that game will turn out. Obviously, you don't know what to expect from those 2 teams, but I did talk to Dustin Reeves, ask him how important it was to get that number 1 seed, and he said obviously you want to play to be the best, so anytime you can be the best, you got to attempt to get it. But I asked him what his thought was going into this game. He said it's all about beating Lyman. Control what you can control, and then however the cards turn out, obviously that will result in the fate of Mountain View being a number 1 seed. Either way, they will be their number 1 or number 2. Can be no lower than the top 2 seeds at regionals next weekend. Starting lineups being announced for both teams. I believe the Lyman Eagles will have their starters announced first, being the road team, followed by the home Mountain View Buffalo starting lineups. Jet Dickerson, number 30, going to be the first of the starters to be announced for the Lyman Eagles. Number 10, Andrew Housekeeper. Number 23, Lucas Anson. Michael Kunzler, number 3. And number 22, Colin Rogers. Kevin Lewick, the head coach. Barry Hill and Scott Dickerson, the other coaches for the Lyman Eagles. And now the starting lineups for the Mountain View Buffalo. Going to be announced on their home court. Announced as 5'10", 5'11" with the hair, Braeden Walk. Has a little bit of a afro, half afro working on. Campbell Madsen, number 4, going to be announced second. .6'2", Braeden Blumel, going to be the next starter to be announced. Trenton Wells going to be announced next for this Mountain View Buffalo team. It looks like we are all ready and set to go here from Mountain View, Wyoming. Once again, the second half of our doubleheader live on mylocalradio.com. Thank you once again. My name is Sean Bennett. Mountain View going to be fighting for that number 1 seed. They'll need a win tonight and a Pinedale loss against Big Piney across the state. Also happening right now to get that number 1 seed. Anson and Braeden Blumel to tip it off, and the tip is won by Braeden Blumel. And Mountain View will start going right to left on offense. I do apologize. Someone touched our camera while I was setting up earlier, or in between the two games, and knocked it off kilter. So I do apologize for the off-center camera. I'm going to try to fix that right now for you guys, live on mylocalradio.com. And that is Braeden Walk now with the ball. Walk over to Blumel, back to Walk up top. Braeden Walk now with, gets it inside. Kimmel Madsen outside to Walk. Walk from the corner for 3, no good. Ball tapped around, and eventually Jet Dickerson winds up with it for Lyman, and now Lyman has the ball. Going left to right on offense. Ugh. Camera's just not working out for us. Someone knocked it off kilter, and very hard to get it back to center here. While I fix this, I'm not going to be talking. I'm going to take off my headset so I can fix the camera. Bear with us for 1 minute, live on mylocalradio.com. Might be a little bit better there. I'll wait until it goes to the other side of the court again. Once again, I do apologize. Obviously, there are fans that sat next to me immediately onto my position. They knocked my camera off a center while I was not, while I went down to talk to the coaches. So I'll have to bear with me for 1 second as I try to make sure my camera is straight and center. I do try to leave an area around my equipment secure and safe, but obviously, in the packed Mountain View bleachers, people want to be as close to the action as possible, so they sat right on top of me. 6:11 to play here. First free throw, no good. One more opportunity at the line for Trenton Wells. Trenton Wells, one of 2 seniors for this Mountain View Buffalo team. Quite a different outlook than the girls team from Mountain View, which had 4 seniors on their roster tonight as they were working with a very energized and pumped up crowd for senior night. That is as good as we're going to get it for now. So bear with us live on mylocalradio.com, and bear withing the Lyman Eagles, a 3-pointer they made there, and that they are on the board for the first time tonight. Lyman Eagles now have the lead, 3-1. Kunzler trying to get over to Dickerson, nearly had it taken away. Dickerson gets it over to Housekeeper. Housekeeper up top for 3. Housekeeper has got it, And it's a 6-1 lead once again for the Mountain View Buffs, or for the Lyman Eagles against the Mountain View Buffs. Remember a couple weeks ago, they had the same thing kind of happen. Start at that game, they had a huge lead at halftime. Braeden Walk trying to fight through that, gets the ball down low and scores. So it is 6-3 now. Contact, goes over to Kunzler. Kunzler trying to get it back out up top, does to Andrew Housekeeper. Housekeeper drops it off to Jed Dickerson. Dickerson with it now. On the outside, that shot is missed long, and here comes Mountain View coming the other way. Corner three, no good there from Colby Reese, I believe it was, on that three-point attempt, and now Mountain View go back on defense. Lyman has it wearing their blue uniforms, going left to right on offense, leading 6-3. Mountain View Buffaloes wearing the white, trailing 6-3. Oh, and is blocked out of bounds there, and it will be Lyman ball. Once again, I do apologize. I was trying to fix our camera. Once again, if you just joined us, someone knocked our camera off kilter. They sat right next to my equipment and decided to move some of my stuff without my permission. So I'm trying to fix that and get it straightened out here. 3:23 to play. Mountain View trailing 8-3 in this contest, live on mylocalradio.com. Takeaway inside. Lucas Anson comes away with it, and Anson is fouled 90 feet away from the basket. So Mountain View go back on the defensive end here. In the backcourt, getting it across that center line is Lyman. Here they come the other way. Lyman putting that shot up, but it is blocked, and then an offensive foul committed, or a loose ball foul committed against the Lyman Eagles, and Mountain View will inbound it underneath their own basket. Nice pass down low, gets into the hands of Colby Reese, and Colby Reese able to score from inside there. Jacob Woodland in the backcourt. Over to Kunzler. Kunzler driving towards the hoop. He lays it up. No good on that shot, and it eventually goes back to Mountain View. Here comes Mountain View the other way. On the outside, that shot is up and no good. Long rebound goes into the hands of Woodland. Woodland waits for the fallen Andrew Housekeeper to get back to his feet. He does. Woodland cutting down the right side of the paint. No good on that shot. And Mountain View takes it away. Here they come the other way. Mountain View. A hard foul committed against Hunter Meeks there as Meeks goes hard to the deck. Took some contact while it was airborne there. I don't think there was malicious intent involved, but obviously a hard foul. And a timeout for Dustin Reese. We're going to take this timeout too on mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
.158 to go here in the first quarter. The score is 8-5. The lead for Lyman, and Mountain View a chance to cut into that, and that's exactly what they do on the first free throw. From Hunter Meeks. Second attempt is up and no good. Rebound falls down. Braeden Blumel with it, and Braeden Blumel puts that shot up and is fouled. And he will go to the free throw line. So an offensive rebound gives Mountain View the ball back. And now back to the free throw line they go. Blumel sinks the first. He's got another chance to tie this one up at the free throw line. And that one rims out. Front rim, so Lyman escapes there, only giving up 2 points on the possession, and now they have it looking to cross that center line once again with it. .140 on the clock, and that's another three from the outside. Lyman cashing in from downtown early in this contest. 90 seconds on the clock in quarter number one between these two teams, and that ball is taken away into the backcourt. It goes. Housekeeper puts that shot up, rims it out. Kunzler fighting for the rebound, can't get to it, and Braeden Walk eventually gets it for Mountain View, and here they come the other way. Braeden Walk cutting in the lane, laying it up off the front rim, no good. Rebound falls short. Andrew Housekeeper with it. Housekeeper grabs it and sends it the other way for his team. Kevin Levitt calling out 4 quarters offense. Put one guy in each corner of the half court. Just kind of work the ball around until you find an open space. 50 seconds on the clock. Potentially the final possession of the quarter if Lyman were to wait with the ball here. On the outside, Michael Kunzler with it now. It's it over to Dickerson. Dickerson up top. Moving towards his left with about 35 on the ticker now before the end of one quarter. Lyman will have the lead going into the second quarter here on the road. Cutting down the lane is Kunzler, and Kunzler is called for a charge there. Kunzler barreled over the Mountain View defense and left the officials no chance but to call that one. Maybe in a high school, maybe in college or the NBA, that one is going to be deemed a blocking foul as the defenders were near the basket, but there is no half circle in high school basketball. And you can kind of take a charge from anywhere. Sometimes the officials won't give it to you just based on principle of where you are, but those officials, they've Mountain View the charge. Cutting baseline, Hunter Meeks. Hunter Meeks' second opportunity, puts it in. Hunter Meeks, 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. And here comes Lyman the other way. A blocking foul is committed with 1.8 on the clock. Unlucky there for Mountain View. However, it is not a shooting foul, so Lyman will not go to the free throw line here with just under 2 seconds to play before the end of the quarter. He will instead inbound it. Lob pass. Nice opportunity there. Got a good look at the basket, but unfortunately for Lyman, it fell out in that land during the first quarter. Lyman with an 11-9 lead going into quarter number 2.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advance from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advance from PetMinerals.com today.
Eleven to 9 the score. Lyman has the lead going into quarter number 2 live from mylocalradio.com. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Thank you for joining us for some more basketball action here in the final week of the regular season between these two teams. Joseph Turner into the game for the first time, has the ball at the free throw line. Dickerson now with it. Gets it over to Chase Richards. Richards back to Dickerson up top. Dickerson takes a glance back at his head coach, calling out the play. And loses it into the corner it goes, and that will be a Mountain View possession here as they take it away, and here they come the other way now. Mountain View with it. 11 to 9 the score. Chance to tie or take the lead with a 3 for Mountain View after trailing for the majority of that first quarter. And sure enough, from the outside, it's Kimball Madsen. Kimball Madsen from downtown, and now Mountain View has a 12-11 lead in this contest. .650 to play. Dickerson back to Lucas Hansen. Hansen back to Richards up top. Richards with it. Over to Joseph Turner. Turner inside, spinning, trying to get the ball to go in, and cannot. Touches every part of the rim except the good part for the basket. And it's 12-11 the score. Mountain View a chance to extend that lead for the first time tonight. Dickerson takes it away, however, in the corner. Unfortunately for him, he was out of bounds when he was touching it. So back to Mountain View it goes. Kimball Madsen inbounding, gets it into Braeden Walk. Braeden Walk from the right side, no good. And immediately an elbow swung there. Andrew Housekeeper hits Brigham Blumell in the face. The Lyman fans don't like it because they say that he was in the space of Andrew Housekeeper. There's nowhere for him to go. And now they call an intentional foul. That is not the right call. I can say without a doubt that is not the right call. And now Kevin Lewick has also been teed up. Man, that official compounded his error by 2. Man, that is rough for Kevin Lewick and the Lyman Eagles. So after that rebound, Andrew Housekeeper swung his arms around to face the front court, and he connected with the shin or the upper body of Brigham Blumell, which, yes, it looks bad, but you have to understand, Andrew Housekeeper had nowhere to go. You have to have at least a couple inches between you and the defender so you can kind of move the ball into the frontward position. He did not have that opportunity, so that's why the Lyman fans were mad there. And then a technical foul called against Kevin Lewick after he saw that it was going to be called an intentional foul or a flagrant foul. I don't blame Kevin Lewick for being mad. Didn't look like he said that much. He might have said the magic word to get that technical, but that official, sometimes officials can be stubborn and they don't like to have their intelligence challenged. It is the official with his back towards us on the left side who made that egregious error, I believe, in making that call. I think they're trying to sort out if more free throws should be issued here. Braeden Blumel was connected with that flagrant foul, so if I'm not mistaken, I think Braeden Blumel should have to shoot 2 free throws, unless they just called that a regular foul. A long delay here in between the action, and I believe they're going to send Braeden Blumel back to that free throw line. So they called the technical foul against Kevin Lewick. That's 2 free throws, and then the flagrant foul should also be 2 free throws. Or no, now they have taken a point off the board, so I don't think they... I'm very confused on what is happening here. They took a point off the board that Braeden Walk made that free throw. Now Braeden Blumel is at the free throw line, so maybe they didn't... I don't think these officials know what's going on, let alone me, about 50 feet away from the court. I obviously can't hear what the officials are talking about. Not to pick on high school officials, obviously they are the least thanked job in the world, but man, sometimes you just have to scratch your head and wonder. I think that was one of those head-scratching opportunities. I'm not sure if they... I'm wondering if they did call a technical or not, because it was weird that Braeden Blumel shot those free throws. That would lead me to believe that that was a flagrant foul and then no technical. Kevin Lewick is off the bench, so there's not a rule of... I don't know if there's a rule of you're not able to stand up after getting a technical at all in Wyoming. I know that is the rule for volleyball. I don't know if that's the rule for basketball. So if that is the case, Kevin Lewick obviously did not pick up a technical foul. I'll try to figure out what the heck happened. But instead, the score is 16-11 as Mountain View has stormed out to a 5-point advantage now. Kevin Lewick very animated on the sidelines, trying to get his team to do what he wants them to. Calling out her offensive set. They get it across the center line. Jet Dickerson with it. Dickerson puts up the shot from about 5 feet away. No good. Rebound falls down to Kimball Matson. Now Kimball Matson has it crossing midcourt. Over to Braeden Walk. Braeden Walk drops it to Schofield. Schofield turning, spinning. No good on that shot. Hunter Meeks down low, and Hunter Meeks scores. So 18-11, quickly things unraveling here for the Lyman Eagles as they try to push the pace, get the ball down the court. Chase Richards puts up a shot from in close, can't get the leaner to go from about 3 feet away, and now Mountain View's got it, going right to left on offense once again. Braeden Walk with the ball, dribbling through his legs, decides to go left with it. Ball reversed, right side, Trenton Wells for 3, he's got it! Leaves the follow through up after that one. Tantalizing for the Lyman Eagles, as now they trail by 10 after having the lead for the whole first quarter. The tables have turned here in the second quarter in Mountain View's favor. 4.5 to play before halftime. Dickerson on the outside. Tries to get it to Richards, ball knocked away. And Housekeeper comes away with it. Housekeeper driving down the baseline, can't get it to go, but he was fouled, so he will go to the free throw line. Lyman Eagles having a mini timeout huddle in their backcourt as a couple of those players go back there and try to ask what Kevin Lewick wanted. Kevin Lewick directing them on what to do on offense, maybe also on some defensive sets. Foul, by the way, was called against Hunter Meeks, his first. And the first free throw is up and good. Second free throw on the way from Andrew Housekeeper. And he makes some balls, so back to a 8-point deficit for the Lyman Eagles now. As Mountain View crosses midcourt, going right to left on offense. Trenton Wells with the ball. Braeden Walk being face guarded by Michael Kunzler. Trying to not let Braeden Walk touch it. He does touch it, but unfortunately for him, the ball is knocked away. Nice defense there from the Lyman Eagles. And now they have it on offense. Kunzler pump fakes. Ball fakes, excuse me. And gets it off to his teammate, Andrew Housekeeper. Housekeeper turns his back to go hear what his coach was saying. Kunzler gets the ball. Housekeeper hit the deck inside the paint. He gets up. Dropped off to Dickerson. Dickerson's three is short, but the ball goes right into the hands of Jacob Woodland. Nice little rebound there for the Lyman Eagles. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Michael Kunzler on the right side, gives it down low. Woodland on the low block. Woodland loses it, taken away by Braeden Walk. Kevin Lewick incensed on the sideline. He was saying, shoot the ball or get rid of it. Jacob Woodland had it in his hands for a while. Brigham Blumel puts that shot up, and that is no good. Tried to go after the rebound. The ball is tapped out of bounds. Kevin Lewick goes and talks to the official. I think he wanted, or was pleading for an over-the-back foul there on Mountain View. Not called, but it is Lyman basketball. 21-13, 3 minutes on the clock. Dickerson moving towards his left, drops it off to Woodland. Woodland clears some space with the elbow, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Can't do that in high school basketball. Can't do that in any basketball, I should say, as he is called for that foul. Three minutes on the clock. Mountain View with it, an 8-point lead. They trailed the entire first quarter. Quick burst got them a 10-point lead. They have an 8-point lead right now and trying to take that lead into halftime. Lyman, on the other hand, will have to object to that. We might have a thing or two to say about that. Andrew Housekeeper puts up the shot. He is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. So nice job there from Andrew Housekeeper. He scores and is fouled. So one more opportunity at the line for another point for him. Add to his total for the night. Free throw on the way for Housekeeper, and it is up and good. So 21-16, 2:35 to play here. Mountain View with it. Schofield back up top to Kimball Madsen. Kimball Madsen with it now. .2:18 to play here in quarter number 2 before halftime. And a foul committed on the baseline there. It looked like Lyman was straight up and down. A little bit of a lucky call there. That same official that called the technical foul, I believe, was the one who had that foul called. So Lyman fans might be sensing a conspiracy theory. Clearly displeased are the fans here for Lyman, who made the very short trip over to Lyman, from Lyman to Mountain View. Always will be some upset fans in a rivalry as heated as this one. Blumel's second attempt is good. And a timeout for Kevin Lurk. We're going to take this timeout too on mylocalradio.com. Join us after this.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
2:10 left on the clock before halftime as Housekeeper dribbles it across midcourt. Gets it over to his teammates. Kunzler driving through all the way across the right side to the right low block, misses the shot. A rebound for Lyman, and a foul has been committed, or a foul has been called, I should say, against Mountain View. Heading to the free throw line is Joseph Turner. Turner will try to even up the scoreboard just a little bit more for his team. Get this deficit a little bit closer. Turner, 6'1" sophomore. Second free throw is good, so Turner narrows the gap to 6 here. Just under 2 minutes before the halftime break for both of these teams. 1:48 to play. Kimball Madsen up top, being defended by Andrew Housekeeper and Jet Dickerson. Lyman in what looks to be a 2-3 zone. Braeden Walk up top, nearly threw it away, but got it over to his teammate Kimball Madsen. I believe that's Brecken Barnes in at the free throw line for the first time tonight for the Mountain View Buffs, trying to give them some relief off the bench. Final minute before the halftime break. Braeden Walk catches it, a couple feet behind the three-point line, and maybe a little bit too long for him as a foul is called on the rebound after the missed shot from Braeden Walk. That will send Lyman back to the free throw line. So Lyman, chance for a 1-and-1 here. The 8th team foul against the Mountain View Buffs. Maybe they updated the scoreboard already. Guess that is the 7th team foul. Still a 1-and-1 opportunity here for the Lyman Eagles. 1:02 on the clock. If Lucas Hansen can make the first, he'll get another. Hansen's free throw is no good. Rebound fought for. Joseph Turner couldn't get to it in time. Or could not get to it, I guess we could say, not in time. Ball goes out of bounds. And it is Mountain View possession. Ashton Schofield comes up to catch the ball on the inbounds. Schofield in the left corner. Joseph Turner being worked on by Brigham Blumel down low, trying to fight hard on the defensive end. And he does. Oh, he nearly forced a turnover there. It's a tough play for the sophomore there because not a lot you can do in that position. He tried to get his hand in there to poke the ball away before Brigham Blumel could get to it, as the officials deemed he wrapped around him enough to get that foul called. 45.9 to play. .9 to play before halftime, 23-17. One more at the free throw line. Brigham Blumel makes the second, and it's back to a 7-point advantage. Mountain View go on defense maybe one more time here. Let's see if Lyman extends this possession to make it the final possession of the quarter, or they will just get a best available shot. Dickerson spinning, fading away, misses the shot. Rebound for Anson, can't get to it. Rebound saved, however, Joseph Turner gets it off to Housekeeper, and Housekeeper goes up and is fouled. Once again, Kevin Lewick incensed at the fact that they missed that open bunny down low. Lucas Hansen had it, nobody around him, 2 feet away, and he missed the shot in close. Going to the free throw line for 2 shots is Housekeeper, however, for the Lyman Eagles. And his first shot is short off the rim. 24 seconds exactly left on the clock. Mountain View has 24 in the first half. The Lyman Eagles have 17 as of right now. Just to update you on the score from Pinedale. Pinedale leads 27-20 Once again, if Mountain View wants the number 1 seed, they need Pinedale to lose at home tonight against Big Piney, and a win here from Mountain View, and they will have the number 1 seed. If not, they will be number 2 in the regionals next week in Worland, Wyoming. Nice backdoor cut there from Braeden Walk, but the ball hopped up on him and went through his hands and out of bounds. So a 6-point deficit, 12.2 on the clock. Lyman has a chance to make this a 1-possession game going into halftime with a 3-ball. Ashton Schofield and Brecken Barnes check in. Officials let the players run to the table. Usually you have to be checked in. Usually you have to be at the table to check in, but the officials stop the play so they could substitute. 5 seconds on the clock. Housekeeper from the outside. Richards for 3. A little bit long on that 3, and the ball, a long shot attempt is blocked, and that will end the second quarter. So going into halftime, Lyman trailing 24-18 at the halftime whistle. Mountain View 1/2 away from doing their part to get to the number 1 seed in the regionals. Mountain View also trying to win on their senior night. Join us for more action from Mountain View after this commercial break.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Back here at Mountain View High School in Mountain View, Wyoming, where the halftime festivities are going on. A little halftime shootout for candy and other carbonated beverages. You had to pay $1 to get a shot. But on the court for the real action, Mountain View storms back after a slow start in the first quarter to take a 24-18 advantage here in quarter number 3, where the Mountain View Buffs enjoying themselves on their senior night. Only 2 seniors on this Mountain View boys basketball team. The girls had a full roster of seniors, 4 seniors that were celebrated and honored before tonight's contest. The Mountain View girls defeated the Lyman girls, if you're just joining us, 54-34, the final score of that one. So we do know that Mountain View is the number 1 seed going to regionals next weekend at Worland. The boys Mountain View team is also trying to become the number 1 seed. They will have to get a win tonight against Lyman and a Pinedale loss against Big Piney. That one happening across the state. Right now at halftime, Pinedale with a 4-point advantage in that contest. So as it stands, live on mylocalradio.com, Mountain View, they're halfway home for getting a victory on their senior night, their final game of the regular season at home. They will play what they hope is 3 games next week at the regionals. 3 wins would get you a state title berth. Technically, 2 wins gets you a state title berth, or a state playoff berth, not the title, but a state playoff berth. 3 would mean you either went through the consolation bracket or you made it to the championship game and won. We'll have all of the regional games streamed live on mylocalradio.com, featuring Mountain View and Lyman teams. So if Lyman girls are playing, Lyman boys are playing, and the Mountain View boys or girls are playing, we will cover that live on mylocalradio.com. So it was an interesting first half between these 2 teams. Resulted in a 24-18 score line for the home team. Kevin Lewick, still not sure if he got teed up officially. There's a gentleman standing up in front of us, but the official is currently in a very heated debate with Kevin Lewick right now on the sideline. I think Kevin Lewick is still mad about that flagrant foul called against his player. I believe it was Andrew Housekeeper. And it was a tough call because Andrew Housekeeper, I believe, got a rebound or a steal. I couldn't remember which one it was. But he got the loose ball, and he turned, not in a malicious way. He just turned, had the ball in both hands, so his elbows turned and spun with him, and he connected with the upper body or the face of Brigham Blumel, and a flagrant foul was called as Brigham Blumel went hard to the deck after getting hit in the upper body / the face. I'm not sure if he actually got clocked in the face or if it might have been the chin or a little bit lower than that, but either way, Brigham Blumel went down pretty hard, and the officials deemed it was a flagrant foul. A tough call to make, but officials, I guess, said it was flagrant enough to be deemed a excessive amount. And the reason I say it's tough, or it was a tough call, is because Andrew Housekeeper did not mean to maliciously, or, obviously I'm just reading from what I saw, did not mean to elbow Brigham Blumel, which is usually the case for a flagrant or a intentional foul. You would need intent there. But the other reason I say it's a tough call is because Andrew Housekeeper simply turned to face the opposite basket. He did not know that Brigham Blumel was behind him, and it looked like Brigham Blumel was kind of crowding his personal space, if you will. Usually they call it the cone or the cylinder of your personal space. You have to give at least a couple inches, if not a foot, of space in between you and the person with the offense, so that's deemed a personal foul against you. So either way, it will be Mountain View ball to start the second half. 7:50 to play. Colby Reese gets it to the corner. That is Trenton Wells. Trenton Wells going to the basket, driving down the baseline, and he was fouled attempting a shot there, so he will earn himself 2 free throws at the line. First free throw is up and good, so the first point of the second half comes 12 seconds in and goes to Mountain View. Second free throw for Wells, no good. Wells' shot is no good. Rebound for Lyman. Lyman pushes the pace. Here they come the other way. Michael Kunzler's shot is altered and out of bounds. It goes off of Mountain View. The officials deem it will be still Lyman ball here. Dustin Reese pointing out a defensive set to his team, pointing at one of the Lyman players. Want to make sure that they're covered up. Ball goes outside. Dickerson for 3. Dickerson long rebound, and that's going to lead to a run out for Trenton Wells. Trenton Wells goes coast to coast and scores. That's just an unlucky play there for the Lyman Eagles, as that shot was a long rebound, and it came right into the hands of Wells, who had no one in front of him, and he went the distance. Talking about going the distance there, Jet Dickerson from outside on the right wing finds himself open. No hesitation. Shoots the 3 and nails it. It's back to a 6-point game once again. That shot rims out, no good, and rebound for Anson. Anson gives it off to Housekeeper. Housekeeper crosses that center line. Looking over at his coach, Kevin Lewick. Uses a screen from Rogers. Dickerson pump fakes like he's going to attempt a 3. Instead gets it back out to Housekeeper. Housekeeper has the ball knocked out of his hands as he tried to make a basketball move towards the basket. 6:45 to play. 27-21. Live on mylocalradio.com, the season finale for both of these teams. Both teams will go to regionals next week, looking to get a state playoff berth. With, I believe, 2 wins get you a state playoff berth. And a traveling is called there. Could not see the feet to see if he shuffled. The official right on the play deemed that he moved that pivot foot before that ball went in the net. And a traveling violation was called. So take the basket off the board there for Lyman. And they will go back on defense. Mountain View wearing the white with the purple trim down the side. Lyman wearing their blue uniforms with white down the side. That shot is up and no good. Rebound for Lucas Hansen. Lucas Hansen gets it over to Andrew Housekeeper. Andrew Housekeeper cutting in. Goes through some contact and scores. Andrew Housekeeper, he's got that one. And now over to Trenton Wells. Trenton Wells crossing midcourt with it now. Wells cutting in, works through some contact of Colin Rogers, and he scores up off the window and good. So now Lyman back down 6, 29-23, 5:40 to play in quarter number 3. Nice move from Rogers there. Saw an open lane down the left side, and he got to the hoop rather quickly and scored. Foul away from the ball there, or on the ball, but before the shot, I believe. Called by the near official. 29-25, 5:25 on the clock. And a timeout for, I believe, Mountain View.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Back here on this Thursday evening for more basketball action. 5:25 left in quarter number 3. Once again, thank you for joining us live on mylocalradio.com. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Final regular season game for both of these teams, but they will play starting next Thursday in regional play. Also live on mylocalradio.com. So if you don't want to make the long trip to Worland, Wyoming, or you have some work to do, maybe you're in an office, you can just put my stream on for Mountain View and Lyman basketball all day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be streaming 4 teams, both the Mountain View girls and boys and the Lyman girls and boys. A lot of basketball action coming up next week. On the outside, Braeden Walk for 3, rims out. Rebound fought for. Anson saves it, gets it into Andrew Housekeeper. Looked like Lyman was being held on that rebound, not called, however. And the rebound secured by Lyman, so I guess no harm, no foul. 4:28 to play in quarter number 3. Lyman trying to get this thing within 4 points. They've gotten it to 4 a couple times here in this third quarter. Haven't really cut anything deeper than that. Housekeeper hesitates, cuts towards his left, and cannot get the shot to go. Nice move to get open, but just could not get the shot to go around and in. 4 minutes on the clock, 29-25 on the outside for 3. Braeden Walk. Yes, sir. Count him up, 1, 2, 3 from the outside. 3:50 to play here in quarter number 3. Andrew Housekeeper gets a screen from Rogers, gets it back inside to Rogers. Rogers tried to throw it down low and enter it into Lucas Anson. Could not get it there, out of the reach of Anson, and Anson will check out. Jacob Woodland back in for the Lyman Eagles. Buffaloes going left to right on offense, wearing those home white uniforms on their senior night, trying to hold on to this narrow advantage that they have at the moment. Braeden Walk cutting down the right side of the lane, puts up a shot through some contact. A lot of bodies in there, but Braeden Walk elevates and scores from in close to get that lead out to 9. So Mountain View trying to step on the throats of Lyman. Lyman trying to keep this thing close. It's danger time for those Eagles, and that turnover will not help the case as immediately Braeden Walk sprints it up the court. Walk looking to push the pace. Walk at the free throw line, gets it out to Trenton Wells. Trenton Wells drives baseline. Nice pass to Hunter Meeks, and Hunter Meeks scores just inside the free throw line. And Kevin Lewick up off the bench. Was not sure if he's going to call a timeout. Does not look to be the case. Calls out a set to his team. 2:46 to play. Jet Dickerson up top, gets it over to Woodland. Woodland over to Rogers. Rogers driving down the baseline, a lot of contact. Eventually was called as a foul there. Trenton Wells, the guilty party. First foul of the second half charged against Mountain View. Driving down the right side of the lane, Chase Richards puts up an awkward looking shot there, can't get it to go. And here comes Mountain View going the other way. Fought for down low. Hunter Meeks puts up a shot and scores. And Kevin Lewick gets up off the bench, urging his team to press on, press forward here. And no shot there. A foul on the drive, not on the shot. So that is the second foul against Lyman. Second team foul against Lyman here in the second half. Foul called against Braeden Walk, his first of the game. Up top, Jet Dickerson. Dickerson pump fakes, drives down the left side of the lane, and is blocked from Braeden Blumel. Braeden Blumel stares him down. Surprised not a technical call there. Braeden Blumel close to getting one there after he stared down Jet Dickerson after blocking that shot. Lucas Hansen down low, through some contact, he scores. A nice job for Lucas Hansen to get that one up and in. 38-27. Lyman really needed that basket. Perfect time to get one. Mountain View trying to hold on to this double-digit lead. They've extended their halftime lead now out to 11. 1:40 to play for the end of the third quarter. Kunzler on defense. Braeden Walk palms the ball. A little bit of hesitation. He was open, thought about the three, and I think that hesitation is what eventually cost him in the end, as he was indecisive on what he wanted to exactly do with that one. So a turnover back to Lyman here as they cross midcourt with it. 1:28 to play. Kunzler in the deep left corner, coming out to the wing to get the ball. Woodland calling for it down low, being worked on by Braeden Blumel on the low block. From the outside, that is Andrew Housekeeper for three on that one. So Andrew Housekeeper testing the range. He's found himself a good range on that one. Nice three. Braeden Blumel, nice pass from from Braeden Walk, Braeden Walk, nifty passer. Yes, he's a very good shooter. He might be a better passer, and that's saying something. For as good of a shooter as he is. Kunzler working towards his right, gets it back out up top to Dickerson. Dickerson for three. Dickerson's shot no good. And Logan Sanson tried to smack the rebound out towards midcourt, tap it back to his teammates. Instead, ball goes out of bounds off of his hand. So it will be Mountain View ball with 41.1 on the clock. A 40-30 lead. So perhaps this could be the final possession of quarter number 3. If it is the case, Mountain View will go into that fourth quarter with a double-digit lead. Instead, however, Colby Reese driving down the right side of the lane, dishes it back out of top. Kimball Matson walks into a three, and Kimball Matson has got all three of those. So Lyman trying to stay in this one. Mountain View trying to push that lead out and possibly get that number 1 seed. Kunzler drops it off to Joseph Turner. Turner heard some of the fans calling out the time, the incorrect time, and he shot it with 9 seconds. Here comes Mountain View the other way. A foul is called with 0.8 on the clock. So aggressive play there for Mountain View going towards the basket. I think Joseph Turner heard some fans or some students from Mountain View shouting, counting down from 4 when he had the ball. Instead of 4 seconds when he shot it, there was 9 seconds, and that led to a Mountain View possession, one more possession, and now they have a chance for 2 to make this a 15-point game going into the final frame. 0.8 on the clock, one more free throw at the line for Braeden Walk. Already a 14-point lead. And that free throw is up and good. So Braeden Walk extends that lead to 15. See if Lyman can get a shot off here. As Kunzler's attempt from midcourt goes well wide, and that will end our third quarter of action. Going into the final frame on Mountain View's senior night. Mountain View has a 15-point advantage live on mylocalradio.com. Join us after this commercial break for the final quarter of action in this game.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Ball inbounded, and we have started the 4th quarter here from Mountain View. Lyman trailing by 15. Trying to cut into that deficit is Andrew Housekeeper. His three-pointer goes wide left, and the rebound falls into the hands of Mountain View. Some Mountain View fans and some Lyman fans starting to head for the exits, sensing this one might be getting out of reach for the Lyman Eagles. And sure enough, another basket there. I believe that was Braeden Blumell scoring for Mountain View. Jet Dickerson on the outside, ball fakes, gets himself open, passes it up. Housekeeper for 3 from the corner. That 3 is no good. Kimball Madsen with the rebound, and immediately down the other way comes the Mountain View Buffalo. Trenton Wells over to Hunter Meeks. Hunter Meeks, a back out on the left wing. That is Braeden Walk. He misses the shot, goes in after his own rebound, and I believe they called a foul on Lyman there, so another offensive possession incoming for the Mountain View Buffs after getting the offensive rebound. Braeden Walk, never content to just sit back and hope it goes in. He's always fighting for those offensive rebounds. As a shooter, especially a pure shooter like Braeden Walk is, you know if the ball is going to go in, so he had a pretty good idea that ball is not going to go in, allowing him to fight for that offensive rebound. They call a foul or a jump ball. I think they're calling maybe the 3rd official to determine what the call is here with 6:57 on the clock. I think the question is jump ball or foul. Or timeout maybe? I think they called a timeout for Mountain View. So 6:57 on the clock, 17-point lead. Join us after this commercial break.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Action resuming from Mountain View, where the Buffalo have a comfortable 17-point lead. And that shot is missed. Offensive rebound tried to be fought for by the Buffalo, but an offensive or an over-the-back foul is called there. A little bit too aggressive on the rebound. The officials deemed for Mountain View. 47-30 the score here, 6:45 to play. And just checking in on the other score, Pinedale has not only maintain their lead. They have extended it to a 13-point advantage nearing the end of the third quarter in that game. So 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. It appears Pinedale ever so close to getting that number 1 seed in the regionals. And a blocking foul is called there against Mountain View. Just joining us, or you missed it when I've said this earlier, Mountain View needs a win tonight and a Pinedale loss to get that number 1 seed at regionals next week. Pinedale wins, they get the number 1 seed, and even if Mountain View were to win tonight, which looks like could be very well a possibility. Another foul called underneath the basket there as the Lyman Eagles try to cut there. Nice cut from Jacob Woodland. He got in close and he missed the shot. Rebound falls into the hands of Rogers. Rogers drops it off to Housekeeper. Housekeeper misses in close. And a foul is called. Kevin Lewick, you can sense the frustration even from my perch up top on the bleachers. You can see frustration there, just missing the easy baskets from in close. That one was contested on Jacob Woodland's shot, but still, when you're underneath the basket, as a big man especially, you're hoping that your guys get those easy bunnies, as they call them. 47-30, ball thrown down low. Hunter Meeks going through, trying to fade away, from Colin Rogers, and they just called the ball out of bounds. So we'll go back to Lyman here with a 17-point deficit, 5:58 on the clock. Housekeeper checking out. Kunzler looking at his coach to get some instructions. Dickerson going to run the point on this possession with Housekeeper checking out. Kunzler being doubled, finds Colin Rogers going towards the basket. No shot. Foul on the drive there as Colin Rogers was attempting to get inside, get close to the basket, and his way was impeded. Chase Richards acting like he shot out of a cannon there, works through some contact. Now, if you tried to draw a charge, Chase Richards tripped over the defender after he fell down, lost the ball, and a turnover for Lyman once again, but Lyman gets it right back. Chase Richards, ball full of energy on this possession. In these last couple possessions. Michael Kunzler trying to beat Colby Reese, and he does. Nice job there from Michael Kunzler to get inside, get to the basket, and score. A full timeout for Lyman. Join us after this.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Mountain View ready to inbound underneath their own basket here. Inbounds goes to Colby Reese as he takes it across midcourt. 5:14 on the clock here. And Braeden Walk goes in the air, and wrestling to the ground with it is Jacob Woodland. Nice effort there. I don't think any malicious intent was involved, but she was quick to jump in there, make sure nothing comes of it as two players went to the ground. Tense rivalry. These kids don't necessarily hate each other, but obviously when you're so close to each other and you play each other very often, it's all competitive in nature. On the outside, Braeden Walk for three. Braeden Walk has got all three of them there. And that lead back to 18 as Lyman takes it across that center line, going right to left on offense. Colin Rogers got the ball down low, and he missed another shot from in close. Rebound tapped all the way out to the hands of Michael Kunzler at the three-point line. Kunzler picks up his dribble, gets back to Rogers. Rogers at the top of the key. A lot of movement here for the Lyman Eagles, trying to get a basket, trying to get themselves into this one, down by 18 with 4.5 to play in this contest. Kunzler working down the right side of the lane, fades away and lays it up off the window, and he scores. Nice job there from Michael Kunzler, the senior, going on a mission. I believe I was talking to him before the game. I think he said he's going to Croatia on a mission for the Church of, I don't want to say the wrong name. So he's going on a mission, a church mission to Croatia. Timeout called there by Mountain View. We're going to stay right here. We've taken a lot of commercial breaks recently, so let's just listen to my voice. And thanks some of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. If you're interested in sponsoring our run through the regionals and state playoffs, both Mountain View and Lyman, you'll get all 4 games, all 4 broadcasts between the Mountain View boys, girls, and the Lyman boys and girls. So a lot of value and a lot of bang for your buck. If you want to broadcast, if you want to sponsor our broadcast for the regionals and or state playoffs, contact our radio station out of Evanston, Wyoming, KNYN 99.1 or KADQ 98.3. Type in Cook Brothers Broadcasting in your Google search and you'll find the phone number. Call Kayleen Anderson or Julie Burley. They'll get you set up today with a perfect package for your business. No matter how small or big, we would love to see you be our sponsor. Colby Reese gets the ball inbounded, has the ball up top, dribbling backwards. Three from the corner, no good. Long rebound goes into the hands of Colin Rogers, and now Lyman will try to race it down the court and score in a hurry. Down by 16 with 3:45 to go. Kunzler moving to his right, cuts back, gives it back to Housekeeper on the left side, and Housekeeper in the deep corner scores the 3. Kevin Luke claps his hands together, squats down, slams the court, hoping for some defense from his team. They trail by 13 now. They're just down by 18. They've cut the lead down to 13. Nice job there. Colin Rogers got his hands in on the play, knocked the ball away, and the officials say it goes off of Mountain View. So another forced turnover for Lyman. And I think they're saying something is on the court, maybe some blood, as they go down on the left side. And I believe that's Barry Hill on his hands and knees cleaning up the floor with the towel there. What can't this man do? He's a Utah State graduate, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't graduate from Utah State, but thought that was noteworthy. Pretty cool. Utah State's having a great basketball year. Lyman trying to finish off their season with a title. Utah State also trying to get into the playoffs, so maybe Barry Hill can draw up some magic on the assistant bench as an assistant. And a double technical has just been called. And if that's going to be a double technical on Andrew Housekeeper, he might be out. I'm not sure how many fouls he has. So a technical foul called against Andrew Housekeeper, and I believe it was Hunter Meeks. Hunter Meeks has been called for a few technicals this year. But it was a double technical, so no free throws for either team. Both players looked pretty incredulous to the fact that they're both called for a double technical. I don't think either player really thought they deserved it, so officials might have heard something be said or saw some taunting between the two of them. Inbound, tried to get over to Jed Dickerson, but active hands of Braeden Walk jump in the way and knock it out of bounds on that sideline. Andrew Housekeeper up top over to Michael Kunzler. Kunzler on the left side, back to Housekeeper up top. Housekeeper working towards his right. Gives it back to Jet Dickerson. Dickerson working, trying to get open, trying to find an open teammate. He finds Kunzler in the corner. Kunzler gets it back to Dickerson. And be very aggressive on the defensive end with a 13-point lead here. And Lucas Hansen gets the ball in down low. He scores, and he is fouled. So just commented how aggressive that Mountain View defense was, and turned out they're a little bit too aggressive on defense because they fouled a shooter. He made the shot, Lucas Hansen, in a 3-point play. Never a good thing to give up when you're up by 13, and now they're only up 10. So 8-0 run for the Lyman Eagles. Maybe some life late in this game. 2:50 to go, 50-40 the score. Lyman led after one quarter. Mountain View has led pretty much throughout after taking a 10-0 run in that second quarter. Down low, fighting is Braeden Walk. He got position, and he got the ball and put it up through some contact. He was fouled, nearly got the shot to go. Rimmed out, and to the free throw line for two shots is Braeden Walk. (50-40), 2:37 on the clock here. Free throw line for two shots is Blumel, and he misses the first. Mountain View trying to hold on to this lead. They're not making it easy on themselves. Some missed free throws, missed opportunities, and some turnovers. Sure enough, will get you pretty much every time. Meanwhile, I just flipped over and checked the score of that Pinedale game. Pinedale is now up 35. They're up 3 points at halftime. Pinedale 35. So Pinedale will be the number one seed. Unfortunately, if you're a Mountain View fan, regardless of tonight's result in this contest. Mountain View, however, trying to get a win on their senior night and go into their regional tournament on a high note. Housekeeper outside. Dickerson for three. No good. Long rebound goes into the hands of Rogers. Rogers out to Kunzler on the right side. Didn't see Dickerson wide open. Dickerson eventually gets it from the volleyball 6-foot line. That's about 5-6 feet behind the line, and he nails it. Jet Dickerson playing with some enthusiasm tonight. The fire inside, and a timeout for Kevin Lewick, a full timeout. And we're going to take that timeout with him. Join us after this, an 8-point game all of a sudden. 2:10 left.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Well, I want to take you down memory lane about 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago from here, where Lyman held a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter against Mountain View. Mountain View tried to rally, and they lost by 4 at the very end, came close to tying it up. Did Mountain View at Lyman. In this case, Lyman was just down by 18. Now they have cut the deficit down to 8. A 12-2 run for the Mountain View Buffs. Braeden Walk on the outside, pump fakes, gets it out, open shooter on the outside, Colby Reese can't get that three. Rebound goes into the hands of Rogers. Rogers outlets it to Housekeeper. Housekeeper coming down the left sideline, and that ball is knocked out of his hands, and it will remain with Lyman. But 1:35 on the clock, 95 seconds away from a victory for Mountain View. Lyman trying to come back from an 18-point deficit in the fourth quarter. Nearly unheard of in high school basketball, but that is what Lyman is trying to accomplish. Rogers on the outside, Housekeeper open for three, finds it, and he's got it! Down to 5 now with 1:25 to play. Braeden Walk being defended by Kunzler. Let's see if Mountain View can run out the clock, or Lyman can force a couple turnovers and get some more baskets and make this thing even tighter. Trenton Wells up top. Mountain View is not going to be content to just shoot the ball here. They know that they have the lead. Lyman's got to pressure them and try to get the ball out of their hands. And sure enough, Kimball Matson nearly turned it over without any pressure being implemented. But instead, it goes inside. Colby Reese lays it up off the window, and the lead back to 7. Mountain View under a minute to play. Here they come, right to left, wearing the blue uniforms. Housekeeper walks into a three. He's got it. Down to 4. 42.8 to play. Mountain View only in the 1-and-1, not in the double bonus. A foul will be a 1-and-1, not 2 free throws. See if Lyman is able to give it. And sure enough, they do. Lucas Hansen commits the foul with 32.5 to play. 32.5. 1-1 at the free throw line. First free throw is missed. The front end. Housekeeper with it now, coming down the left sideline. Housekeeper down by 4, and a timeout. Barry Hill quickly off the bench to call that one before the shot went up there. 25.7 to play. Inbound going to be on the far sideline there, as I believe that was Lyman's last timeout, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is a full timeout. We're going to take this timeout too. Take a minute to breathe and join us for the final 25 seconds here from Mountain View.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Once again, we're back to action here. 25.7 on the clock. It's Lyman basketball, down by 4 points. Maybe you left early thinking this one was over, but you tuned in. You heard through the airwaves that this game was close. Thank you for joining us, one of the 100 or so live viewers. Inbound goes to Kunzler. Kunzler drives and scores. 20 seconds on the clock. Braeden Walk went to go get the inbound, but the ball squirted away, so the official stopped the clock there. Trenton Wells is fouled in the backcourt. Once again, it is a 1-1. So if Trenton Wells misses this free throw, Lyman has a chance to win the game on the other end if they can get a rebound. How about that for a twist of fate? Trenton Wells on his senior night, trying to put this thing away. 2 free throws might just do it. First free throw, nothing but nylon. Trenton Wells steps up coolly, calmly, and hits the first. He's got one more just to make it a 2-possession game. 18.5 seconds. Lyman has to get the rebound if they miss. Trenton Wells hit the rim on that attempt, but he still gets it to go in a 4-point game with 18.5 seconds, and a timeout. A full timeout called by Mountain View, so I'll stay right here. A lot of timeouts called late in this game, so we're going to stay right here on mylocalradio.com. Just about 9 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon. You're going to tell me these kids won't be amped up tomorrow. Maybe a little bit tired tomorrow after playing a lengthy game here. 55-51. Once again, Pinedale about to wrap up a victory over Big Piney, which will secure them the #1 seed. No matter the result of tonight, Lyman locked into that #4 seed. Mountain View locked into the #2 seed. So the seeding for the boys will go the #1 Pinedale, #2 Mountain View, #3 Big Piney, and #4 Lyman. That is in the boys' side of the bracket. They will play 4 teams out of the Northwest. Top 4 out of the regionals make it to the state playoffs. Housekeeper gets the ball, crossing midcourt on the sideline, stepping into a 3, back rims it. Brigham Blumell fighting for the rebound, he gets it away, and a foul is called with 10.1 to play. Housekeeper certainly trying his hardest to get his team a win tonight, but might have just come up short on that one after that 3 goes wayward. It is 2 shots now for Mountain View. Still a 2-possession game. It's not quite over yet, but a chance to make it even tougher. Brigham Blumell at the line makes the first. 5-point game, 10.1 to play. Brigham Blumell trying to put this thing away on senior night. And he does. A 6-point game with 10 seconds to go. Housekeeper quickly going to try to cross midcourt. Steps into a 3, and he's got it. But the clock will run. Mountain View does not even need to inbound it. Colby Reese realizes that, and that is how the game will end. So that is an unfortunate way to end the game, but those are the rules in high school. The clock keeps running after a basket is made, and Lyman comes up just short. They're down by 18 in the fourth quarter and nearly fought all the way back for a victory, but instead come up just short. Mountain View winning on their senior night, a senior night sweep for the Buffaloes. So Lyman got a senior night sweep on their senior night against the Buffalo. The Buffaloes return the favor, beating them in both the girls and boys games tonight. 54-34 victory for the girls team from Mountain View, and a 57-54 victory for the boys team. Both of these teams will see each other again in regional play, not against one another, but they will both be there. We will also be there from Warland, Wyoming, next Thursday all day, and then Friday all day as well, leading into that championship Saturday where we will really see who advances to the state playoffs. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here. Once again, join us next Tuesday for my radio show, the Bridger Valley Sports Update Show. We'll have a lot to talk about when these two teams faced each other, and I'll recap all of the action and much more. That's on KNYN Radio 99.1 on Tuesday, every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m., live on KNYN 99.1. If you're a Mountain View fan, you're going home safe, or you're going home happy after this win, but please drive home safely wherever you may be headed tonight. That's going to do it for our coverage. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett, signing off from Mountain View. Mountain View, a winner, 57-54.